Oh no, it's the server just resets every 2 hours. It just naturally does that. And I pick between the resets because if we do it on like instead of 11 to 1, we do it from 10 to 12. There's a guaranteed reset right in the middle of the episode.
What is that? What's a reset? Is it just gonna kick you off or something?
Yeah, it kicks everyone off at the same time.
So if you're in the middle of some shit, then it'll just kick you off and then you get to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, it'll warn you. It'll say server restarting in 5 minutes, server restarting in 1 minute. And then...
so if you're really in the middle of some shit, then that's your fault.
Yeah. It's like, you knew it was coming.
Gotcha.
So, this is a castle. In the end, it hangs from the ceiling.
The castle hangs from the ceiling?
Yeah.
Are you in some sort of bottomless pit? It looks like trees.
Yeah, I put them there. That's called the void of the end, and if you fall in, you'll just die. It's an insta-kill. This is the bottom of a floating island, which is I clearly haven't built the walkway yet, but it's gonna go up here. And
what happens if you fall off and die?
see all the stuff in my inventory? That stuff that there. That's just all the stuff that I'm carrying, food, weapons, and
You just lose it all?
Lose it all, yeah, you lose it all. And I have this experience here. Right now I have it 10, that's not very much, but often I have like 80. And that all goes away, which is a pain. So right now we're inside of that rock island, and we're going to go to the top of it just to show you. Kind of don't like the way I did the interior. I'll probably redo it later, but the important thing is the outside right now.
Yeah, plus you made the stairway go the wrong direction.
Did I?
Yes.
I wondered that.
Yeah, it's supposed to go the other way, so that if you're going up, because most people are right-handed, and during medieval times anyways, the way they constructed their castles was that the stairway would go downwards in the opposite direction that you have it, so that when you're in combat with somebody, you always want the high ground, right? So the direction that it turns and goes downward, you're supposed to go to slash with the right hand slash.
Oh, yeah.
So that the other person has to hack with the backhanded slash as they're going up, so it automatically gives the higher ground to the person on the higher end of the stairs.
Totally.
So that would be advantageous for somebody coming up the stairs to invade. So basically, if this were the case, now obviously this wouldn't make any sense in Minecraft because that's not how this works. But in the real world, if it were like this, you would be protecting whatever's down below.
Sure, yeah. That makes sense.
Because it would be giving, and even still, you probably wouldn't want to do it that way, but still. But yeah, this is just, you did it backwards, just so you know.
Yeah, the traditional way of doing it is the other way. Cool, yeah, I'll get to that eventually. But this is the top of the island. The island itself is just naturally generated. It's part of the game. This is my little cutout of it.
The island naturally generated?
Yeah, the end is a bunch of like floating rocks made of yellow that float through space. And getting there is a real pain in the ass. And
At the end of the map?
no, it's just the name of it's an alternate dimension. That's just the name of the dimension.
Okay.
So what'll happen is you have to get these things called the Eye of Ender you eventually acquire them. And then you have 12 at most. And you find a portal by throwing the Eyes of Ender. You lose some, then you make it so you have enough. You put them in the portal once you eventually find it. And then that opens up the portal to here. Well, an island similar to this one. I'll get to the top of it. I haven't built the stairs up there yet.
So you didn't make this island?
No, I found this island with the trees on it as they are, and I carved a little hole in it.
Oh, so you're renovating your island, essentially.
Yes, I'm renovating it. That's funny you use that word on this particular server when Team I, the best team, they're...
The best team?
Yeah, the best team. They,
the best team.
No, Team I, the best team.
Team the best team.
Oh. But, they're griefers, is what they do. They find your stuff and they kick it over. And they call that renovating, and I like that. It's like, oh crap, my base got renovated.
Getting a brand new pile of bullshit.
Yeah. But, I mean, nothing's impossible, but I think I'm far enough out in this particular dimension that I'm pretty much safe. As safe as I'm going to be. If I get found, that's just a coin flip. You know what I mean?
Can you hide it? people, they just stumble upon this island the same way that you did.
Yeah, basically the same way. And some people take their time. Some people are dedicated and they'll really like scour the map. It's 100,000 blocks away from zero, so it's 200,000. What am I going to show you? Border. The world is 200k by 200k. The border is 100k from spawn. So 200k and then back, or however they do it, they scour the whole map, and then inevitably they'll find everybody.
So is there some way that you could obfuscate the entrance to this so that if anybody did stumble upon it, they go, wow, this is a neat hole in the ground, and that's it. There's definitely not a giant castle underneath here.
Well, I mean, the way griefing works is they'll probably just set up something called a wither, which is a mob, meaning mobile entity, and it's like a bonus boss. I don't know how to compare it to the dragon, but it's a difficult entity to take on sometimes, and its specialty is exploding large plots of land very quickly. So they'll just set up a bunch of TNT, light it all off, and set up a wither, and then just let it take care of itself. So
just start
wrecking everything.
Things over.
Yeah.
So eventually, if this were here, it would find it anyway.
Yeah, just by virtue of blowing up a big crater in the bottom, it'd be like, oh look, this hole keeps going. So I don't know what I'm going to do right now. This wall over here is I'm calling it a wall. I don't know, but this is essentially complete. See this right here? I'm going to break that, and it'll just be floating there. And I'll have two more over there, and it's going to have those trees from up top, right there. After that, this whole side will be done. I'm going to do the other side, not identically, but structurally similar. The back, I don't know what to do with it all. The front, I don't have a clue. I'm going to do the front last. And so for now, I'm going to put up these flower pots. Hey, look, it's already growing. So I can just tear that out. Don't need to go there ever again. I'll leave the fence down. I'm going to need to get back in.
So why do the physics work this way that it just gets to float? You can just create things on top of nothing here?
Yeah, sort of.
Or is it just properties of the void?
No, it's the properties of the whole game. And it's the way it is. I don't know the meta lore too well, but Notch is the guy that made this game. And that's his internet name. And I think he initially wanted a few things like seasons, and he wanted gravity. And just through the development, that just didn't happen. And so it just kind of stayed this way, and it became normal. There's probably more to that, but I'll let those people figure that out. 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on a minute. I didn't play the music. There we go. That's fine. So yeah. Okay. Under that is a glowstone, so we're gonna get the glowstone. What?
Control C. Just hide the whole thing.
Oh.
It will control V.
Just,
you got it back.
all I gotta do is copy paste that over here. That's actually when I don't have any stairs. Oh, let me go change that. That's I modded the crap out of this game on my own personal worlds. So I can just take an axe and then select wide areas of things that I've made and then copy paste them. So I can just make one tower and make 12 more. But we're in survival mode on the server, so I can't do that.
So this is like real deal mode?
Yeah, this is real deal mode. There's no turning back in every decision. Every decision's super important. I don't have any stairs. I have to make some stairs. Eight. There we go. That's more than enough. Probably. I don't count. Numbers are hard. So, how many stairs do I need? I'll take a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. I need 8. But I didn't know that before I started doing this. I have 24. I apparently only need 16, so I have more than I need.
Just in your pocket?
Yeah, in this things called a hot bar at your inventory. The end is particularly fun because I don't need this tool anymore, so I can just, now it's gone forever. Someone is in chat screaming right now about how he wants to get banned. And another person says he's a member of Antifa. Please, I beg you, please ban me. Just get rid of me. Yeah, I love chat too. Think you're right.
It's not worth it, man. You've got so much more to play for. Don't do this. Don't take a permanent solution to a temporary problem. Please think about your friends. Think about your parents. What will they say?
Think about your future.
Think about everybody else on the server who's just gonna miss the heck out of you. Everybody here just loves you so much, man. Don't try to ban yourself.
Oh crap, I didn't finish that right. Having a deep moment over here, and I'm like, duh, I forgot my building.
So we're building flower planters right now?
Yeah, essentially. And these things have real names. They're called chorus plants. And is that 3 high? 1, 2.
Sure
3.
is.
Sure is. And I like them. They naturally occur in this dimension in the end. And so I'm trying to incorporate the naturally occurring properties of this dimension into my build. None of this naturally occurs in the end. Those do. So I'm just trying to like merge the two. Is it, how well is it coming together? I like it. I really like those chains. They incorporated chains into the game like in June. And before that, in order to pull that look off, you have to just make do with what was available. But now you have chains, so it looks a lot nicer. And it only took them 15 iterations to figure that one out. Barrels too. That one took 14 iterations. So, I need to make one more flower planter.
Yeah, it'll look like real life.
Exactly like real life.
Like real life Minecraft. Like this craft just mined itself.
All my mines mine themselves.
Do they have a server here called Y'all Gonna Make Me Lose My Minds?
I wish they did.
Yes, they should.
Yeah, I feel ya. Why are we?
I'm gonna go get a glass of water.
Okay. There's a LaCroix in the fridge if you want one.
I don't.
You don't want a delicious peach water?
Nope.
So refreshing. While he's doing that, oh crap. So the next step here is to, come on, move. You get this flower planter up, and then I'm gonna start doing this outside border right there on the other side of the wall. I don't have enough materials to make those 3 trees. I think, that was made clear last time. Doesn't matter. And there we go. Wonder what that was. Okay, there. That looks good. Now, I still don't know how I feel about those roses. Those roses, it's hard to say if red brings this place color and life, or if it's just fighting it. I can't really tell. I think I'm gonna take the roses out for now, and we'll see what that does. We'll see how I feel about that next time.
Oh, like how with your glasses you used to have old mustard jar.
Yep.
Nice glass of drinkable mustard.
I mean, yeah.
But it doesn't say pictures.
You could drink mustard. Imagine just
That's refreshing mustard.
cracking open a nice fresh jar of Dijon.
That clear earth mustard, man.
Goes down like mustard.
I'll get it on your
Thirst quenched.
Remember when they made blue mustard back when we were kids?
What? No. I remember.
Like purple ketchup.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mustard and shit. Oh, that was disgusting.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm sure it tasted the same, but like knowing that it's like, this isn't supposed to be green. Green isn't the color of tomatoes.
It was like you're eating cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
it
want
was.
My sandwich to be a cartoon right now. Which is weird because, like, you remember the movie Hook?
Yeah, I do. I love Hook.
There's that scene in there where they like have the food fight, the imaginary food fight.
Yeah.
And all of it's with like creamy, like cartoony colored custards or whatever.
Yeah, weird ice cream and shit.
Yeah, and so like I remember watching that as a kid, like, oh god, it's gonna taste so good. But then like even when I was watching it, like I thought it tasted like it's gonna taste good, but I'm looking at it like I don't understand why I think this is gonna taste good. Like it doesn't look like it's gonna taste good at all. It's just a color that is appealing to my tiny little child brain. So like it's kind of like Lunchables, how like Lunchables look like they were fucking awesome, and then they were just like 3 pieces of cheese and some crackers.
Yeah.
Or like those bullshit pizza ones.
Oh,
And, like,
yeah,
I remember I wanted them, and I would keep buying them, and I would look at them, and I go, I really want this. I know I'm not gonna like it, but I really want it.
But I want it.
Yeah, so it was kind of like that with like that Hook thing, because I'm like, God, that looks like the best feast ever, but none of it looks like food.
No.
It's all out of like colors, and maybe the colors are like, maybe it's all skin flavors and stuff or something, but that's not how I broke it apart in my head. That's not how I was thinking about it. I was just like, God, that looks delicious. But really, what did it look like it tasted like? Fucking nothing. It didn't look like it tasted like anything. It just looked like colors. It tastes like colors. And apparently, as a child, I really wanted to taste purple.
This blue is delicious.
Yeah. And they knew it, too. That's why they made the ketchup and mustard out of it. Like, you know who's going to love this? Who, Dan? Kids. Kids want to eat colors. If you don't believe me, ask Starbursts.
Wow, good point. Yeah, because I don't know what, I mean, I think the yellow one's lemon, but I just taste yellow.
Yeah. Well, like purple doesn't taste like grape. It tastes like
Purple.
Yeah, it tastes like fake grapes. Like that's not what I wish grapes taste like that. I wish that's what grape juice tasted like, because that's my favorite flavor of grape. I don't like actual flavor of grape. I like purple.
Oh really? I don't.
Purple that we call grape.
I like the orange fruit, but the orange flavoring I like too.
Grape Kool-Aid is probably one of my favorite flavors ever.
Grape Kool-Aid's good.
Like my favorite flavor in existence of flavors. Like I enjoy the flavor of fried chicken, but I much prefer the flavor of grape Kool-Aid. And I like the flavor of vanilla ice cream, but I much prefer the flavor of grape Kool-Aid. You know? So like, I don't, like out of everything that I've ever tasted in my entire life, grape Kool-Aid is probably one of the best. But grape juice, I will spit that shit on the ground.
Oh yeah, because it's not.
It doesn't taste like
Purple.
It doesn't taste like purple, yeah.
Tastes like fruit.
Yeah, it tastes like the color that it actually is, which is usually like a light green, or sometimes purple, but when you get the skin off of it, it's all light green on the inside.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah. When I think of grapes, I'm not thinking about the most of them.
Yeah.
So Hold on a second, I gotta count something.
The great grape juice lie.
The dirt goes dirt, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. And the dirt is on the smooth. Okay. I can't seem to remember that, so I have to say it out loud.
Dirt's on the smooth.
Dirt's on the smooth goes out to 3.
Yeah, the flavor lies are really something that we got. So like we were lied to about flavors, right? Purple isn't grape. That's not what grapes taste like. And even orange isn't really what oranges taste like. It's close, but like it's not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Like we were just fed these lies about these colors and something. What is it about being a kid that makes you just really like colors? Because like I think it's the same thing with like the Lunchables marketing and stuff, because it makes me look like I want it. Like I know that I don't like it, but I also know that I want it. I remember being a kid holding on to a Lunchable, going like, I really need a lot more food than this. This is not going to be satisfying at all. But this is kind of what I want anyway.
Yeah, it's fascinating. One, that you're just like, even though you consciously know, you look at a lot. Well, instead today I wanted a Butterfinger. I don't even like Butterfinger, but it said it was yellow and it was blue and it said Butterfinger and I really wanted it. And it's like, I don't want this. I have no desire for this. And I bought one anyway and I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, that happens to me every time I eat a Reese's peanut butter cup. Because I just don't like peanut butter.
Yeah,
so
especially that kind.
I just eat one, and then I'm like, I didn't want to do this. And then here I am just living in this universe that I created where I ate a peanut butter cup because I wanted it, even though I didn't want it.
Because it was orange and brown and said you want this.
Yeah, well, it's like these colors just turn me into a mindless sheep. Like I don't, like this odd, what do you call it? Like some sort of little desire monkey where I'm like, I gotta do these things that I don't want to do, and I'm like, why? I don't know, because it's orange.
Because I gotta. Because
it's orange, and this color drives me.
I'm a desire monkey.
This color drives me. I've been programmed at an early age.
I'm susceptible to these colors. Red means eat. Gotta do it.
Well, it's not even just like red stuff. Like, I don't know what it is, man. But maybe half of it's the programming that we got from like commercials and stuff. But I particularly like, it's just a very ingrained. Maybe I was just getting to that age where I started realizing that I wasn't a kid anymore with kid flavor tastes. You know.
Well, sure, that's part of it. Probably.
Maybe I was like old enough that I was too old for Lunchables by this point. That's why I remember it so vividly. But I still wanted it. I still do that. I'll look at these things and I'm like, ooh, this looks good. I want this. And then I'm like, why? And I go, I don't know. Because.
That's
and it
funny.
turns out I'm lying.
I actually don't want this. Okay,
dude. So what is this in me that's just going, hey man, but you do want it? Like, well, how would you know? You're not you, I'm me.
Excuse you.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah, excuse me, me.
I'm the me here. I'll tell you what I want, okay? And then, no, because I don't.
No, you
I just get sick. The dumb part is I argue with myself about it. I'm like, oh no, I don't want this, because I know I don't want it. But then, like, that part of my brain knows that it doesn't want it, but the rest of my brain doesn't know that. So the rest of my brain just gets to go without, like a pouty little child.
But my serotonin, I have no concept of this. Make me have it now.
Now this thing that I don't want, I'm feeling upset because I don't have it. Like a petulant little child. And I didn't want it in the first place.
I don't want this. You do. I do want it.
And part of me is just pouting. Like, what do you mean I can't have it? Like, because we don't want it. Well, that's bullshit. I wanted to want it.
I wanted to want it. The fuck is this?
Yeah, dude. I don't like Reese's cups. Well, you could just eat it anyway. And yeah, normally I would, but now, normally I would just keep learning that lesson over and over again. But now like I'm trying to eat healthier and stuff because I'm over 30, so I'm like, oh, I better start eating like I'm paying attention to what I eat instead of just being a garbage disposal. So now it's like, no, I have a reason not to just eat candy for no reason. And the rest of my, whatever this is, this me suit that I'm piloting is going, well, you know what? That's kind of bullshit that we can't have that thing that I want. I want Reese's Cups. And I'm like, well, I fucking don't, and I'm me. And I don't know what it is. It's like there's another me inside. Just getting mad about not having candy. Maybe that's my inner child.
It wants Reese's.
Throwing this existential fit because I can't have candy that I don't actually want.
I don't want the candy. You don't want the candy, but candy.
And now we can't even have it either. Because now we don't even want it.
Because now we don't even want
Whatever, man. I don't even want it. Yeah, I get it. We don't want it. And I'm guessing that means we're not going to fucking get it either. God damn it. This is my... Oh, my God.
No, I very much strive with that, except I still fall to it, like today. It's like, you don't even want a Butterfinger. But it's right there.
Mm-hmm.
I have it's $1. I have $1. So imagine if I didn't have $1, but instead I had a Butterfinger. Right. And it's like, yeah, now imagine you eating the Butterfinger. Yes, delicious glass. Please let me have the delicious glass. It's like, you know what? You're right. A bunch of delicious glass sounds awesome right about now. And then the minute that delicious glass touches your teeth, you realize, I'm eating fucking glass.
There's something that I go to over and over again. I can't remember what it is. But I keep, like, wondering whether it's going to taste good. I can't remember what it is. And I know that I don't like it. Fuck.
I know, it's pancakes.
Oh, yeah, it is pancakes. Yeah. That's exactly right. I did this for years. Where I just would be hungry and I would make pancakes and go, maybe this is the time. And every single time, the second bite, I was like, this is not the time. Not today. And I just kept trying it over and over and over again. I used to do the same thing with Smash Mouth.
The band?
Yeah, the band Smash Mouth. I had, now this was part of me growing up. Like, this was me growing older. Because I feel like this was a crucial moment in my life where I realized that my life was under my control and nobody else's. Right? Like before this, I was just some sort of sugar lizard just running through the world doing whatever, I don't know, society told me to do, like having a Smash Mouth CD. So I had Astro Lounge, which is their CD that had that one song that's like, then the morning comes. Yeah. So I had that CD, and I was going to bed. And I always listened to music when I was going to bed when I was younger, and I had that CD in there, and I was trying to go to sleep, and I was just listening to it. And I was like, I hate this. Why am I doing this? And so, like, I would take the CD out and do something else, and I'm like, another X amount of time later, one amount of time, I would put it in again, like, all right, let's listen to Smash Mouth. Not making the decision to do it, just doing it, like an autonomous little...
Yeah, it was a habit. You've done it for so many times.
Well, let's listen to music. This is a music. And so I put it in, and then I was like, oh, I don't want to listen to this. And so I take it out, and then one day, like, I was listening to it, and I was like, I don't know why I keep doing this. Why do I keep listening to this fucking Smash Mouth CD? I hate this CD. I hate every song on this CD. I don't like this band. I like that one song, All Star, but that's not on this album.
It's not even on the CD.
Yeah. But for some reason, I've got this damn CD. And so, I had this weird epiphany, and I just opened up my window and opened up the screen with the storm window and just frisbeed that fucker out the window as hard as I could. At like 11:30 p.m. and then like went to sleep comfortably, like realizing that if I don't like this music, I don't actually have to listen to it.
Was it weird and confusing when you're like, because just because you threw it out the window and it's gone forever doesn't mean that like the monkey processes know that, so it's like, time for music. Smash Mouth? No, Smash Mouth not exist.
No, it was liberating, because then like I knew that I wasn't going to end up finding myself listening to Smash Mouth ever again. Like, I wasn't just going to be sitting there trying to go to sleep and listening to that. Body bound bang, anybody, can you do it again? The way that you are. It just wouldn't happen. And so, like, it was kind of like, it's kind of getting out of jail, I guess, or like taking a drink of water when you're really thirsty. You just slam a glass of water. And like,
Just to the core, viscerally satisfying.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like there's this thing that was just existing in my bedroom and in my CD player that at any given time could come through and just flick my nose.
You still love me.
Yeah, well, it just and so like by getting rid of that, then it was like, oh, that's never gonna happen again. Oh, that's cool. Now I don't ever have to worry about this. It was like I don't know. So it was like a trap that I just kept falling into, courtesy of Universal Records. And so when I got rid of it, like it was this thing like, oh yeah, I remember thinking about it as I was doing it, like I don't actually have to listen to this. Why do I have this? I can throw this away. This CD's mine, and I hate it, and I don't even know why I have it. So I can just destroy it if I want to, because I don't like it. But it had never occurred to me before that me not liking something meant that I didn't have to listen to it.
Yeah, it's because it's like
But here it is. It's a CD.
To me, I wouldn't.
It has value, and I'm like, no, it doesn't. My value with this CD is actually that it's dog shit.
And that it's out the window.
Dog shit goes in the yard. So it's the CD.
Where the CD went.
Yeah. I never saw it again. And it's great. And like I think I probably purged a couple other like CDs and tapes that I had at the time. Not at the exact moment, but I think after that it was like, no, I don't have to listen to what I don't like. I can just listen to what I like, which ended up being like Weird Al, I guess.
Not a bad choice. I miss listening to Weird Al. I don't feel about Weird Al the way you do about Smash Mouth, but I certainly don't listen to Weird Al anymore. But the other day I did. Well, not even on purpose. YouTube is YouTube, and I don't really understand, like, not technically how, you listen to a few songs and it'll start telling you, do you want to listen to this? And for the most part, I just do whatever YouTube tells me to do. Today you want to listen to this. Okay, I guess I do. You're in charge. And then it was like some electronic song, some techno song, whatever. And then All About the Pentiums by Weird Al.
There we go.
And it was like, wow, I haven't heard this song in literally years, and I'm just
still got all the words
singing right along with it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. So like that happens to me. I'll go through some stuff. Like me and the band started trying to cover some Weird Al songs just because we were musically stagnant for a little while, and I realized
Covering a parody.
I still know. Yeah. So I realized that I still know almost all the words for all these songs, like even without the lyrics with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just there.
So, but that was all spawned. That was all brought forth from this Smash Mouth epiphany of like, just listen to what you like to listen to, and don't listen to what you don't like to listen to.
So anyway, tell me more about pancakes. I remember your poetic saying that's going to stick with me forever is pancakes sound delicious until you have pancakes.
Yeah, by the end you're fucking sick of them. I think that was a Mitch Hedberg line.
Oh, really?
No, who was that? Maybe it was Mitch Hedberg. Pancakes.
I don't know much about Mitch Hedberg. I can quote some of the stuff, but like me not knowing that does not mean he didn't say it. But I don't know that he said that one.
Oh, he was a masterful joke writer. I feel like he was. I know that one rang true. I don't know exactly what the joke was, but I know that I've repeated some sort of rendition of it, something like that. Like they always sound good at the beginning, but by the end you're fucking sick of them.
In fact, when I think about it, the only one that comes to mind is sorry, escalator temporarily stairs. Sorry for the convenience.
He had some good ones, dude. There was one where he talked about watching this infomercial about slip covers.
Slip covers.
What was it? He said an infomercial told him to forget everything that he knew about slip covers. He goes, so I did. And it was a load off my mind. but then they tried to sell me a slip cover, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about.
Yeah, that is like deceptively masterful.
He was just telling jokes. Like it wasn't like he's telling stories or commentating on the state of the world around him, the things he likes or doesn't like. He would find stupid. I don't even know what he would call them. He would like you get like a Bill Burr who's just gonna complain about yeah, my wife tells me I gotta do this, and I'm like, oh my god, I just want to go smoke a freaking cigar. You freaking kidding me? Jeez. And he just like gets upset about things, and then you got like people that wish they were comedians, like Gabriel Iglesias, that have taglines like "I'm fluffy."
Yeah.
And people are like, that's hilarious. Because what he means is fat. I can't believe he calls fat fluffy. That's so not the correct word. It's actually fat. And like that's comedy for people without courage. But Mitch Hedberg would just take like dumb stuff. Like it wasn't even dumb stuff. It's like it's dumb, but it's genius level dumb. Like I always wanted a briefcase handcuffed to my wrist. All right. That's the whole joke.
That's the joke. I like that term, comedy for cowards. Because, well, I mean, I don't know how to compare the two. I'm not going to try that. But what is clear is that whatever Mitch Hedberg is saying is not comedy for cowards. It's like, it's stupid. It's like the definition of profoundly stupid.
But it's genius level stupid. So like any idiot can say something really stupid. And it's not that funny because it doesn't make sense. But when you're poking holes in the fabric of this communication that you're having, so like he's got one where he's got one about his neighbor, and so he's talking about how he used to like, I think he was saying something about how he liked to play his music really loud, and his neighbor used to just bang on the wall, and so he'd mess with him and he'd be like, hey man, go around. I don't know what there is on your side, or if you got a knob, but over here, there's nothing. It's so stupid. Because he's not knocking on the wall. Like, but it just pokes a hole in like the interaction, or like the basis for the interaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, especially with the not the escalator one, the one we just talked about. What you call it, a sleep cover, where it's like, it said forget everything I know about slip cover, so I did, and now it's trying to advertise something to me that I've never heard of.
That was a load off my mind.
Like that's kind of my anchor to that thought is, okay, I will literally forget actually everything I've ever thought about slip covers, including the concept itself. Now what is this unique thing that I've never heard of and have literally no concept of that you're trying to sell me, and why do I need it?
But that's way better than just like parking spaces are stupid. It's like, is it wherever you park your car, parking space?
No.
Like,
yeah, it's lacking. I don't have enough education in any of those things to identify what it is, but I know that I'm not laughing at it.
Right.
That part's true.
Well, I think that some comedians are, I don't know, it's weird to say, like some comedians are clowns, I think. But like clowns in the sense of an actual clown. I remember...
Give me an example of that.
So like, the reason that I hate clowns is not for like, most people hate clowns because like movie theater, right?
Sure.
But the reason that I hate clowns is because I met a clown once that had a pin on his chest thing. There's like a little name tag.
Okay. Like at the restaurant, like
yeah, exactly. But there's like a little plastic name tag that had his name like engraved in it, almost like a little desk nameplate thing.
Totally.
So it's just a little one side over here.
Like a Pizza Hut manager.
Had the 3 letters IYQ. And I don't know, maybe it's because I was like 13 or 14 at the time. That little pin pissed me off so bad.
What does IYQ even mean?
I like you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Does it just make you want to gouge your own fucking eyeballs out?
Yeah.
I was like, I just got angry. I was like, this is so stupid. So stupid.
This is angering stupid.
Yeah, I was so mad.
I was way off track. I was like, why are they spelling clown with a Q? I'm your clown? No, I'm your clown? Is that what it is?
Just IYQ.
IYQ.
I was like, you motherfucker. So, like, that made me hate clowns because, like, imagine you go through the whole process of putting on that pin in the morning. You're putting this stupid makeup on your face to do something that is already a really fucking weird job, right? So it's essentially like, you know that you're not doing things that are actually funny. You know, honking a horn and go, bika, bika, bika. Those things aren't funny. Like, kids don't really think that they're funny. Maybe they were funny back like 90 years ago when you couldn't hear that sound anywhere, or you didn't hear any weird sounds ever.
Oh yeah, when life was miserable and nothing was fun and everybody was starving and disease and someone comes out there, that's a little different setting.
Go, wow, this is really novel. I've never seen somebody ride a unicycle before. Usually there's two wheels, but he's only got the one.
That's insane.
Wow, honey, are you seeing this? Oh my God, that guy's crazy. And look at that, his nose makes a sound. Ah! But like, that's not the way it works anymore. We don't have to like go to a theater hall to hear music. You know what I mean? So the novelties, I'm giving a little bit of slack here, assuming that the clowns were funny at that time. I'm guessing they weren't funny at that time either. I'm gonna give them a little bit of slack. I'll cut them a little break and say they used to be funny.
Yeah.
They're not funny. So we're talking in 2006, 2005.
Oh, your experience, yeah.
A man put this clown paint on, put his dumb shoes on and everything, which is excusable, it's his job. But this man at some point, when he was creating this little clown persona for himself, found a pin that said IYQ on it. And he said, you know what? This is a good idea. I'll put this across my breast and that'll make people laugh because you know what? I'm a clown. And what are clowns? We're freaking silly as heck. And I'm like, oh my God, dude. So maybe to me, it's like even today, like I hate it because I feel like it's a not form of comedy. Like clowns are emblematic of comedy. Like their only purpose is for comedy, right? For the comedic relief at the place where you put an elephant and it stands on one foot. So like clowns, they exist as comedy, but they're also the antithesis of comedy. They're not funny.
Yeah.
They're not funny. They're not entertaining. They just exist as this weird, archaic, outdated form of comedy. And it's like I said, I don't even know if it was comedy in the first place. I don't know who invented this stupid system. And then it just somehow is still here today because of the Shriners or something. But it's not funny. Like the clowns are stupid. And I don't like things that are supposed to be funny that are just either they're not funny because like they lack the courage of true humor, or they're not funny because it's cheap. Like it's cheap to make like how do I explain it? Like a fart joke is cheap, or like, like if a guy's trying to make everybody in the class laugh and he just smacks himself in the face with a ruler and goes, oh. Slapstick comedy is kind of a really cheap version of comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it can be funny to watch somebody trip over a rake sometimes, but if you know that the guy's intentionally hitting himself in the face with the rake and going to make everybody laugh, that doesn't become funny. That becomes cowardly comedy. Comedy for people that aren't funny, that don't know how to be funny. You know what I mean? That don't understand it. Just like a clown. Just like maybe I haven't given him enough time, but Gabriel Iglesias or Carlos Mencia.
Well, no, I think you're right, because like maybe I'm wrong on this, but when I think about myself dressing up as a clown, I think I could do just as good of a job as literally any other clown. Look stupid, have someone who knows how to do makeup, do your makeup, wear a dumb hat. Yeah. How's it going? I'm a clown. Made me think about your script for a minute, but
yeah, just have clown clips.
Yeah, I can take 5 minutes to prepare and act like that for the last 45 minutes of me just being a jackass.
And just doing weird wiggly things and saying, hey kids! And then like doing a balloon animal, which is literally the only use that clowns have, dude. Like the only cool things about clowns, the only thing that would get a kid to go up and like fuck with a clown is a balloon animal. So really they're just, like it's the uniform to be a balloon animal is that you look like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
A weirdo that people have a phobia about. A weirdo that's actually, that when you break it down, it's kind of creepy. Why is an adult man dressing up like this weird caricaturistic version of what they think a kid was going to enjoy? All these same colors that sell us Lunchables and grape Kool-Aid and shit like that. You know, like, we're putting these weird just zany, silly patterns all over everything, and these giant shoes. And that's funny because feet aren't that big. Well, this guy's just freaking silly.
Feet aren't that big.
Yeah.
What is this absurdity?
There's no way his hair is actually red.
Honey, come check this out. You're not going to believe it. His hair's blue.
Yeah, and his feet are, what are those, freaking size 70s?
There's no way in heck that's real.
Who is his cobbler?
I think I'm being deceived.
Yeah, I tell you what, this guy he's just the wackiest. Oh my goodness, what is your name? I like you. Oh, you like me too? I fell for it. Honey, get over here, you're gonna love this. It's so stupid. And a grown man puts on this uniform and does that on purpose.
What's your name? I like you too.
God, it's fucking dumb, dude. I hate it, man. I absolutely hate it.
I'm gonna be thinking about that one for a minute.
It's so stupid, dude. But like a grown man gets up and has all these things at his house, and he gets up, I'm guessing really hungover, and he puts on these stupid shoes and goes out to his car in his shitty old Buick that maybe doesn't start the first 2 times, and then he fires it up and goes down to wherever the hell he's at, the Shrine Circus or something. I don't get it. I don't understand what you do to do this as a hobby. And then he gets out and he has to be a clown all the way from his car to wherever his destination is because you're dressed like a clown still. So you have to be a clown walking around town. Does he walk like a normal person, or does he just bounce? Well, I'm going to work here.
Just going down the sidewalk, coffee in one hand, briefcase in the other. Gotta go to work.
Doffing his hat at everybody as he passes them.
How do you do?
Squirts a little something out of the flower on his thing. Buzzer, handshaking everybody, going, oh, gotcha. And he just, because you can't sustain that, right? So, like, and he's not going to do that. Because this is the real world. It's not a fucking cartoon. So this guy's going to get out of his car, dressed as a clown, driving through traffic as a clown, probably smoking a ciggy right there, and stopping at a red light, maybe cursing at somebody because they're not going too fast. Whatever it is, being a regular human dressed as a goddamn clown. He gets to the parking spot, plugs the meter, goes and does his thing. And then when 3 o'clock strikes, like, all right, we're done with the clown, then he all the way back to his car. Yeah, all the way back to his car, where he takes his stupid nose off and probably takes the wig off. And I'm guessing he's bald because a lot of them probably are because what person our age is going to do? What 30-year-old is going to be like, you know what I need to do? I need to be a clown in my off time for $60 an hour. Yeah, that's it. Also, that's another part of this. What amount of money makes that worth it? How much do you have to make to want to do that? Like, I don't understand the psyche behind the person that decides that this is something they want to do. That right there seems a little weird to me. I mean, some people might go, you know what I like to do? Proctology. And I'm going to go, you know what? I guess. But I find proctology, like there's at least money in it. You know what I mean? I'm a butthole doctor.
Yeah, it's also useful.
What do you specialize in? Buttholes.
Buttholes.
Buttholes. Dude buttholes, women's buttholes, just buttholes. Big fan of the rectum. Big fan of the end of the digestive system. Shit stinks, but you know what? It makes me money. There's enough
Literally
money there that you're like,
rectums.
well, you know what? This guy's a proctologist, he's a specialist. Man drives a Mercedes. You know who doesn't drive Mercedes? A clown. Clowns don't drive Mercedes. Clowns don't have a good day job. For some reason, they're doing this in their off time. Sometimes they're just old retired gentlemen that just like to make the kids laugh. And that's also weird. Super weird.
Ooh, completely off subject. Watch this. I hate this. They turn. They never used to do that, and it's creepy. Imagine, You just have in your hand an object. You put it in, just moves on its own. Why? I don't like that, and it freaks me the fuck out. Anyway.
That was pretty freaking spooky.
Now that at least it faces the right way. Now, back to clowning around.
I don't know. I'm not scared of clowns. I find them creepy for very different reasons than everybody else finds them creepy.
Why do you find them creepy?
I guess I don't know why everybody else finds them creepy. That's why I find them creepy. Is that knowing that that's what they had to do to get to work that day, knowing that they don't make shit for money to do this. If it's a passion project, that's a really weird passion project, dude. Like, you could rebuild a motorcycle in your spare time, and people are like, oh, okay. But to dress up like a clown and do those things, do things that aren't funny. They're not funny. Kids don't think clowns are funny.
No, they just kind of...
Yeah, kids are weirded out by clowns.
Yeah.
So you're a comic for a demographic that doesn't exist. Because it's not real comedy. It's not actually funny. It's the poster child for funniness, but nothing they do is actually funny.
Yeah, that's interesting that, like, I don't know how to say that, like, prophetically, but, or profoundly, but the thing that represents comedy is itself not funny.
Yeah.
That's weird. That's a really good point.
It's ironic.
Does that count? Is that ironic?
I think that's irony. Ironically enough, clowns, poster children of comedy, are the exact opposite of comedy.
Yeah, they're just awful. I'm not afraid of clowns. Like, I'm not afraid of the dark because, I don't know, I guess that's just the way that I'm grounded in reality. I don't fear clowns because, like, well, here's what would freak me out. Like, you know, if, like, in a horror movie, like, if a guy dressed as a clown actually started to show threatening signs and I was in danger, absolutely. We're going from 0 to 10. I am now, like, I am child scared. But until I see the knife, like, it's just like, stop interacting with me, please. But,
yeah. But anytime a clown interacts with you, does it make you feel more comfortable? Does it make you feel like laughing?
No, it makes me feel like there's a man getting really close to my face. Hey, how's it going? I like you.
Yeah, and if they weren't wearing that makeup, you can't do that.
Yeah, some regular dude comes up in a suit. Hey, how's it going? My name's Dave.
He starts doing these dumb things to you, and you're like, this isn't okay. You're not dressed like a fucking moron. But when you dress like a fucking moron and have a whole bunch of stupid makeup on, it's okay for you to act like a fucking idiot.
Suddenly I'm the asshole for being offended by
yeah. Suddenly I'm the asshole for saying, get the fuck out of my face, man. You're making me really uncomfortable. Whoa, I like you. Oh man, I rip that pin off. That pin just made me so mad. Oh.
But yeah, that's the thing is they don't there's like literally no, except for the knife part, there's no fear of clowns. I have no fear. They don't even make me uncomfortable except in the same way that like regular humans would in that if they were doing that, because they are. But like,
yeah, they're just breaking the social contract professionally.
But like it doesn't make me uncomfortable or gross me out. It's just really ugly. Yeah. I just don't want to look at it. And I don't like looking at clowns in general. And I haven't seen it, and I don't want to see it because I don't want to look at that clown. I don't want to look at that ugly entity for 2 hours. I want to look at pretty things, not that.
Well,
it brings me no joy.
What were you saying before you were talking about
that the clowns make me uncomfortable just because imagine a guy named Dave. Hey, how's it going?
Yeah. So, but that's the weird thing, though. They're breaking the social. You know when they do these things that like the social contract says now's the time where you laugh. You know what I mean? So you kind of go, ha 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 ha. Yeah, I get that you're just doing this for funny. And I'm gonna laugh so that you don't feel awkward because otherwise it would suck because your thing that you did to make me laugh didn't make me laugh. But they don't do anything funny. They do things that clowns do. They do clowny things that are inherently not funny.
And just a little annoying.
Yeah, but we all gotta sit there and laugh about it. We all gotta, all right, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here so I can stop pretending to laugh so I don't feel rude. I'm just gonna ignore this thing.
Fuck. I am safe.
Then you get dumb things in the actual comedy world that I associate with clownery, like Gabriel Iglesias or, I mean, even I guess Larry the Cable Guy and Jeff Foxworthy have their demographic, but I feel like the dumb catchphrasy stuff is comedy without courage. Like Carlos Mencia did that little dee thing.
Yeah, I don't miss that.
Oh God, that was dumb. And then come to find out that Carlos Mencia was a comic who would steal jokes from people.
Is that true? Because like South Park mentioned it, but like I'm not. My finger's really not on the pulse of the. I'm not in that.
I went down a small rabbit hole. I don't know all of the information about it, but I was watching some videos on YouTube of saying that Joe Rogan ended Carlos Mencia's career.
Really? How's
And I
that?
was like, whoa. Apparently, like they were at the Comedy Store and Mencia was doing some stuff. Comedy Store is a place where Joe Rogan, like it's in LA. It's one of like the iconic comedy clubs in LA, and they always have like a set list of fucking killers doing comedy. You get like Nick Swartzen, Theo Von, Joe Rogan, Whitney Cummings, just some real hilarious killers that are there regularly. And back in the day, Mencia was one of those people, and Joe called him out for stealing some jokes from Ari Shaffir.
Yeah, I know that is. Yep.
And yeah, because
You can talk about it, like who that is.
I don't know too many jokes from Ari Shaffir other than him just trying to be inflammatory. But I know that he had some joke that meant like that he'd been performing for a while, and then Mencia stole the exact joke like verbatim.
Oh, okay.
Timing and everything. And Joe called him out, and
Like, because Joe Rogan knows who that is.
like, while he was on stage telling a joke, he was like, "That's really good, except that's not even your joke." And Mencia like got all defensive, and then they had this thing.
Yeah,
Joe grabbed a mic and was like, "No, you're a really funny guy when you're doing other people's bits. But you're stealing bits, man. That was not your bit. But you already bit. Blah blah blah." So they got in a fight, and I guess this was when Mencia was at the height of his popularity. So this Comedy Store people like sided with Mencia on it and told Joe that he was out of line. And Joe's like, "You can't steal comedy, dude. Like that's not his bit." And so Joe Rogan didn't go to the store for a long time, and then eventually he went back and blah blah blah. But that was like after that, Mencia didn't get any like cred among the comedy crowd or anything.
Well, I bet not.
And so
Not if it was.
he just fell off the planet fairly abruptly. I don't know if it was because of Joe Rogan, but
Whether it was or it wasn't, it probably was, but two, because it explains why one day I never really paid attention to him, but one day he just stopped being part of the universe, and it was like
as strangely as he appeared, he was gone.
Yeah, because I wasn't paying attention to him in the first place, I didn't really notice it, but it's just like, haven't heard about Carlos Mencia in a little bit.
I noticed
That's
it. I noticed it like a zit on your back, you know. That like you can't quite pop, and you're like, oh god, you kind of feel it, and then like one day you're sitting there, you're like, wait a minute, I haven't felt that for a while, and you can't find it. You're like, oh hell yeah, it's gone. Cool. And that was Carlos Mencia, because God, he was fucking annoying. That DDD thing was the stupidest thing to come out of the 2000s, and people loved saying it. But it was like, it's like catchphrase comedy. It seems to me like comedy without intelligence. Like, you can be stupid and make a DDD joke. Oh, DDD! That's look how stupid you are. That's how deep is that joke? Like, oh, you just fell off the side of there on Minecraft and you died. Oh, DDD!
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, you're such a DDD. There's no fucking, like, that's legit stupid. It's just, there's no intelligence there's no depth to it, there's nothing. But escalator temporarily stairs, that's also stupid, but that's stupid at a genius level. That's a very different type of stupid. It's not stupid at all, as a matter of fact. It's surface level stupid. It's genius disguised as stupidity, which is what kind of makes it funny.
That's a way to put that.
Like Mikey, the old kitchen manager where we work.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I know.
He's really good at coming up with random shit like that, and I would like he keeps you on your toes, wondering like, is Mikey a fucking idiot or is he a fucking genius? I can't tell, and I think he prefers it that way. And one day, like, one day,
First when he is stupid, he can get away with it.
yeah, I've done it before myself. So like one day, Trevor and I were working with Mike and Nolan, and Nolan's like, God damn it, Mike, you fucking moron. And like Trevor's walking out of the walk-in, and I was like, yeah, low key, Mikey's a genius though. And Trevor looks at Mike and goes, oh yeah, Mikey, you're a genius? What'd you get on the ACT, bud? And Mikey doesn't miss a beat. He's like, oh, actually, I got Verizon, so unlimited, I guess. I was like, I rest my fucking case, dude. Are you fucking, did you hear that? You hear that? On a split second notice, motherfucker. Genius.
Good for Mikey.
Oh, I got Verizon, so unlimited, I guess.
That's great.
God, it was beautiful. But that's like, there's layers and like DTV just doesn't cover it, man.
No, not like that. That's not just comedy. That's wit.
Yeah.
What he did, what Mikey did. It's funny that you mentioned DTD. I don't know what you'd classify that as. I guess like canned humor, maybe. Catchphrase. Thank you. But like, and this may be a very unpopular opinion. My finger's not on the pulse of this part of the universe, but even though it's old and not funny now, I really liked the "Here's Your Sign," which who does that? Bill. It's one of it's Bill Engvall, isn't it?
Oh yeah, Jeff Foxworthy. You might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck. You might be a redneck. But which also that did give me a chuckle too.
Well, the "Here's Your Sign" stuff is like, it's a play on sarcasm, right? So you catch a really dumb moment and make good sarcasm out of it. Like, oh, did your tire go flat? No, the other three just swelled right up on me. You know, and it's like, everybody loves a good sarcasm quip, you know what I mean? And that becomes a really easy thing for him to turn into his catchphrase of "Here's your sign."
Yeah.
A lot easier if stupid people had sign would. Here's your sign. But I mean, that has some depth to it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not. You shouldn't compare "Here's Your Sign" with DTD. They're not the same.
Well, and as much as I don't necessarily like any of these blue collar comedy like people, I like Ron White a bit, but like Larry the Cable Guy, to Get Her Done, like there's not much depth to Get Her Done, and like honestly, that's hardly even it's hardly even a punchline when he uses it. He just says it, and people are like, oh yeah, that's that thing we like hearing him say.
Yeah, that's true. As far as I can remember, he didn't milk it. It's just something he actually said because he's a fucking hick or something.
And he's not. He lives here.
That's right. He's from here.
He's from here.
That's why he's on like signs and billboards and shit.
He talks like me and you. He doesn't have an accent. His name is Dan Whitney. He lives out in Saltillo.
Well, you say that. I mean, I'm sure that's all true, but like,
He came into the restaurant.
Ty's dad, Mike Miller, is also from Nebraska and all those things.
He came into the
he talks
restaurant.
like, did he really went to the Metal Grill?
He came to the grill. Well, back when it was the Char Grill.
Oh, okay.
He came for brunch.
Same building.
But yeah, he talks like a Nebraska person.
Really?
There's some Nebraska people that do have a bit of an accent, but like, nah, that's that thing did to you under britches. Like, he doesn't talk like that. That's Larry the Cable Guy. It's a character.
Yeah, I knew that he's from here. I kind of forgot that. Yeah, he's.
Which is what makes it odd comedy, because he developed a character, and then that character became funny, which is like essentially clowning.
But I didn't know that the accent was fake again, because Mike Miller.
He does not have that accent. Damon's done too.
Really?
But yeah, back when Damon worked at McDonald's, he was director.
Oh, that would be shocking. Not literally with really anybody that is known. I'm just at the drive-thru. Just imagine a Jimmy John's. Thanks for choosing Jimmy John's. Something, something, something. Yeah, I'll have that. Great, pull around. What the fuck? It's actually Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah. Oh, Michelle Cavanaugh too.
Oh, so he's around.
Yeah.
He's out. He's out and about doing stuff.
Dude, when I worked at Jimmy John's, they let me say whatever I wanted to on the drive-thru mic.
Yeah, they really don't care.
They did not give a shit, and people don't listen either. I would be like, thanks for choosing Taco Bell or our Crunchwrap Supreme today. And people are like, yeah, I'll get a number 5.
They don't even stop.
All right, number 5. Do you want a bucket of pickles with that? Like, what? Yeah, I'm like, bucket of pickles, 16 pickle spears, 7 bucket, take
5
home.
gallon fucking bucket.
Well, no, a bucket of pickles at Jimmy John's is like, it's four dill pickles cut in spears and served with a little classic thing. So I'm like, yeah, bucket of pickles. It's 16 pickle spears. Take it home, put it in the fridge, feed the kids, feed your friends. Bucket of pickles. Like, no, I'll just have the sandwich. Like, all right, 5:48. I can't wait. Pull right around. But I would say I'd jump on there like an idiocracy and be like, Jimmy John's, I love you. They didn't give a shit what I said, man. And so that was the funnest job ever, actually. I really enjoyed doing that shit.
I wouldn't say it's the funnest job. Just to fill in the live stream, I was working at Jimmy John's between classes, and it was fine. I have really nothing to say about it. Just a regular old job. But I mean, I enjoyed it. But all the freedom they gave me of having really no interest in my conduct, I didn't really take advantage of it, except by I can't talk about the crimes I committed there because that would be illegal, and I never stole food from that company. That's against the law. But no, it never really occurred to me to take advantage of all the freedom I had just by the virtue of them not paying attention.
Right. Well, I mean, the manager was paying attention because he's sitting there on the line, like actually making this. So he's got the headset on too. He can hear everything I'm saying. Because they're the ones that are starting to make the sandwiches as the rest of people are ordering.
Oh, you were day shift, didn't you?
Yeah.
At night shift, that's not the case.
Oh, no, day shift was busy. I had a lot of fun with it. I was, what was that, like 22? So I was ripe, young, and stupid. You know what I mean? I would usually be hungover because we would be at the bar with Brian and them all night, and then I'd show up like 30 to 45 minutes late for work. And my boss.
What do you mean I'm late?
Well, everybody else thought I was late, but like one day, every day I would come in with like an apology. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. And then he'd be like, yeah, it's all right, I just get to work. And so then like one day after like my shift's almost over and I'm doing some stuff or whatever, and someone's like, well, do I really need to be here at 10:30? Because Tori's supposed to be here at 10:30 and he doesn't get here till 11:30. And Lucas, my boss, goes, yeah, but I scheduled Tori in at 11:30 or I scheduled Tori in at 10:30 because I want him here by noon. And I was like, damn, dude, that's some wizard shit, dude. Talk about like addressing the problem.
I scheduled Tori at 10:30 because he needs to be here by noon.
He's like, when you're here, you're great. I just need to get you here. So I just don't plan on you being here for the first hour of your shift, and then it saves me on labor. I'm like, well,
saves me on labor.
I'm like, that's fucking genius, dude. That's a really good idea.
Schedule
me like knowing my habits. You know what I mean? Don't force me into a box of being something else. Just let me be whatever I want to be, or I guess it's not even. Yeah, like you shouldn't like enable that kind of behavior. But I mean, if you fired me, it wasn't going to stop me from being late ever again in my life. I'm perpetually late everywhere. I was late here today. So like,
yeah, you were.
Like the thing is though, like he decided that like he's like, well, I mean, I could fire him and not have him here. But for whatever reason, he enjoyed working with me or felt like I did a good job when I was there. So he's like, I'd rather have him here than not here. So let's just figure out a way to get him here when I want him here. Number one, don't ever want him here at 10:30 because that's probably not going to happen. If I want him here by noon, let's make sure we schedule him at 10:30 so he's here by 11:30. And then sure shit, it fucking happened every time. It was great. But also, Mr. No, like, allowing me to be whatever I wanted to be or not do whatever I wanted to do, but allowing me to flourish in my own personality. When my car died, I moved to in-shop instead of delivery, and he let me run the drive-thru every day and just fuck around in the drive-thru night. Try to sell buckets of pickles. I actually upsold somebody a bucket of pickles once. So like at 16 pickle spears, this girl came in for a BLT and that was it. And I was like, you want a bucket of pickles, is that right? And like, she's like, what? And I gave her the whole spiel. Take it home, feed the kids, feed your friends, bucket of pickles. She's like, okay, I guess. I was all right, 1283, pull forward. So like,
I guess.
She pulls forward, I'm like, guys, pickles, let's go. I'm just gonna grab her card, I'm gonna run it, and I'm gonna give it back to her. We gotta hurry, get this out the window before she was, which is what she just did. And so she does, like she pulls up, I swipe the card, Tom's already got the bucket of pickles right here, he's got the BLT, so I give her the card back, and I hand her this thing that's bigger than this Grey Poupon jar. It's like a 16 or what, I don't know, 32 ounce, whatever, but it's like
from the gas station.
It's like a bucket of pickles. And then her sandwich, I just handed out the window to her. I'm like, there you go. And she like confusedly grabs it from me and just like looks at her sandwich and looks at the bucket of pickles. And I close the door and turn around and like walk behind the soda machine. I'm like, just like
trying to like peek a little bit, and she's
go.
like slowly pulling forward, but like looking at these pickles, like, what the fuck did I just do?
Why do I have all these pickles?
I was so happy. I was so excited. That shit made my day. Another thing that I used to do was we had to change the trash a lot, you know what I mean? Because the wrappers are fucking trash, fucking cans. And they got these big 55-gallon trash bags, you know?
Yeah.
And I would sneak up behind somebody, like super quiet, and then, like, I don't know what you would call it. You know how you just like shake the bag open?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but like do that like as forcefully as you can, like as strong as you can. like an absurd amount of times. It's like 14 times in a row.
And it's like, dude, is it open yet?
Yeah. So I'm just
Do you need a hand?
just trash bagging people as loudly as I possibly could. Full customers all over the lobby or whatever, and I'm just going hard at it. But like you can't make it look like you're doing this on purpose. So like I would play the idiot role, like I didn't realize that was a dumb thing to do.
Yeah.
So like I'm just changing the trash bag, man, taking out the trash. And so I would just trash bag an absurdly long amount and then play it off like that's not like I didn't do anything different than anybody else does. And everybody else is like, after like the fifth or sixth time, they're looking at me like, why the fuck does he do that every time? And it scared the shit out of people because I'm sneaking up behind them and doing that. So it took a while before somebody finally asked, like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Opening trash bags, what do you mean?
Like, oh, yeah, I mean, I don't have to change the trash bag if you want me to. Like, no, why the fuck are you gonna be so loud about it? Well, no, I didn't even know.
What do you mean I'm being loud about it? Doesn't feel like I'm being loud about it.
That was like the fun thing, is like, it was, that's why I love Jimmy John's so much, is because it was just so fun to entertain myself, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Doing really dumb things. Like, that's just such a stupid, it serves no purpose, but I saw somebody else do it one time on accident, and I thought it was fucking hilarious.
I didn't. Well, we were also two different ages at the time. You worked there when you were in your early 20s. I was in between classes, just happy to not have
I
a
was a
little
real
break.
piece of shit back then, dude.
But no, I didn't have nearly that much fun.
I had a good crew around though too. I had a lot of funny people I worked with.
I did. All right. So going back to things that aren't funny. This annoyed me. I think I'll spare the internet, but I can do a good, because me and Ty like to do the Jew voice. And like it's just from Family Guy. It's not really, but it kind of sounds like it. And I guess I'll do it anyway eventually. But April was the shift manager, and she loved it. She'd always say, "Do my more. Come on, do my more. You gotta do my more, Graham. You gotta do my more, Mike. Come on, you gotta do it." And it's like, oh, good heavens, I really don't feel like making a sandwich today. I'm extraordinarily tired and my face hurts and I just want to go to bed. And it's like, I don't even like doing it. It's not even funny to me. And she would just, die. And it's like...
Does she have a Jewish family?
No, she's Native American of some kind. I don't know what.
Oh, damn, she was just racist.
I doubt it.
She was just racist.
I think she's just like Family Guy.
Make fun of the Jews again. Make fun of the Jews.
Do the thing.
Oh, man. Oh, damn, dude. Your coworker was a racist, dude.
I'm going to assume that's not the case.
And then she tricked you into being racist with her.
How awful is that? That'd be terrible.
That motherfucker.
Wait. You lied to me. That's a reference from something else.
Dude. Oh, man. Isn't it weird how, like they did that Cousin Kyle on South Park?
Yeah.
Who was like the super stereotypical Jewish kid.
Yeah, the big thick glasses. I'm back!
Yeah. And I don't know if you could get away with that these days.
Probably not. Oh, crap.
But that wasn't so long ago, you know what I mean?
Wasn't Family Guy still on TV? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't watch
Family
TV.
Guy's on TV, yeah.
Yeah, so and they're still the characters, the Mort family. They're still there. So
Yeah, but they're like Jewish. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Of course, South Park depicts it a little bit differently than Family Guy does. South Park depicts everything as hard as you can.
They've definitely pressed the boundaries habitually and consistently for the last 25 years. which is actually kind of
good.
It's incredible.
I'm like
can't
5
believe it.
seasons behind on South Park. I need to catch up, but that requires that I have to do that. I don't want to do it.
I lost interest when they had their like the whole season running thing where Mr. Garrison was Donald Trump.
Yeah, I think that was season 20 or 21, where they were writing the season as if Hillary was going to win, and then that just didn't happen. And so the whole series, the end of the series didn't make sense
They had,
anymore.
like, PC police and like the PC principal, and I don't know. Like I felt like a lot of times their jokes are funny, and then like the episode's over. But like I didn't understand what the joke was to begin with. So like I can't just jump in on any random episode because now we need backstory, and I already don't think that this is actually that funny anyway. And I'm like, what's going on? I don't get it.
Well, that's something I didn't see the episode, I don't think, but I'm aware of this for some reason. They had addressed, like, canonically in a episode about it, how they were going to stop doing serialized seasons, and instead it was going to go back to the way it was earlier, where each episode it's kind of its own standalone thing.
Yeah,
But again, I haven't watched it since, I guess, 2016.
I think that would be a good idea. Because like the last one that I remember was like the election episode where Randy's running down the street like, "Here comes the change, the change," and then like Hillary doesn't get elected, and then
I do
they get
remember that
PC
scene.
principal and everybody, and orange faced Mr. Garrison, and they just kept going with that whole storyline for the entire season, and I was like, well, I don't want to watch that. I don't need a season long storyline, man. What's going on?
Oh, did you watch the interview they had about that? They had mentioned which of them, I don't remember. One of the two had addressed that. They were like, yeah. So then what we thought would happen didn't happen, and we were completely blindsided, and we're just like, what are we gonna do now? And so they had to. I think it might have been the same thing when they were talking about don't have your story be and then have your story be therefore. And so if I've got it right, maybe I don't, but if I've got it right, it was, so we're supposed to do it, this happened, therefore this event happened, therefore this event happened. But then Donald Trump became the president instead, and we didn't have that plan. So then we had to do a bunch of and thens, and that's when it fell apart. I think I'm reciting that correctly.
Mm.
So if that's what happened, my point being, they were keenly aware of the thing that you're talking about. So, quick Minecraft update.
We've made planters.
Yeah, so this tree needed leaves. You can plant trees and grow them yourself, but sometimes some conditions of space have to be met. And these two I could have planted, but that's fine. They look almost like trees. They look a little manufactured. 2 of those are real. That one's manufactured. I built that one out of just collecting the parts of a tree. Like you do in real life, you go outside and you tear branches off of trees, and then you come into your house and then you reassemble the tree.
Yeah, you put them in chests.
Put them in a chest, move the
Wait till you
chest.
need a tree, and then you break out the tree and rebuild the tree.
Yeah, you assemble the tree for purely decoration. So that's just what I just did now. But I ran out of leaves. And I didn't plant these two because I didn't have seeds, but I had tree parts. And now they're called saplings. But now I have a sapling, but I don't think there's enough space to do it, so I just have to do it like this. And that should be fine. It's not like people will really be down here studying this. And the thing about that is, when I've been playing Minecraft for a long time, but mostly just like alone, and mostly in creative. Just infinite Legos forever, for as far as the eye can see. Sign me up. But once I figured out this place exists and I've been playing here, some guy named, I don't know his name. His gamer tag is iWarriorI, part of Team I. He was just like, "Hey, can I come to your base and see it?" And I was like, "Sure, I'd love to show it to you." And the first 1 second after he teleported, he just ravaged everything, set everything on fire. blew up everything. He was well prepared. He was like heavily equipped with all the best. Not, I don't know what he had, but a lot of good shit. Potions and the sword, all maxed out, and just proceeded to beat the shit out of me. And I was at my home, and when you die, if you have a bed point set, you'll TP to your bed. So my bed was like 10 feet away from where he killed me. So they just kept killing me over and over and over until he broke my bed, and then I TP'd. I still had a home point set, so I wasn't like locked out. But when he killed me, it started taking me to spawn. So I have to TP back to my home where he was waiting to kill me again until he got bored. And so I actually get along with him really well now. I like him.
Really?
Well, because the way I look at it is, I guess it's just a consequence of playing on a server where, you know what griefing and raiding mean. Griefing is what he did, found a place and just set it ablaze. That's griefing, and then raiding is what I do. I don't kick over Legos, but I will steal your shit. If I find your boxes, whatever is in the box that I want is now mine. And I might leave you a letter. I might leave you a sign that says, I was here, I took it. But I'm not obligated to do that. But raiding and griefing are enabled. You can totally do that. And it's like, well, I knew the risks. I knew the risks when I signed in and started playing this. And I should have known the risks when he invited himself over. I didn't have to let him in. And I did. I learned a valuable lesson. So now when he talks about renovating, I just encourage it.
Yeah, see, I probably would have made it my mission to stop building things and just seek him out, and I probably would have I probably would have done everything that I possibly could to hack the Minecraft server to try to figure out what his IP address was, so that I could find out where he actually is, and then destroy his actual computer.
Grief my base, will you? I'll grief your life.
Yeah, dude.
Who do you think you are?
You son of a bitch. I let you in.
Who are you? Don't you recognize me? It's Mike_Nelson.
It's Mike_Nelson. You have no chance to survive.
Make your time.
Ha ha ha.
Ah. What,
all your computer are belong to Mike.
Something that was funny, the server does a thing called reset. It resets every 2 hours, but it also does a map reset. Oftentimes, Minecraft updates 1.16, right now we're 1.16. I started playing on the server at 1.12, and I believe the game had just updated to 12, and I started playing on the server. So I had been on the 1.12 run for most of its life. And early into that iWarrior, that happened, and he found me and blew my shit up. People will often write down the coordinates of places they found so they can go back later. I knew he would do that, but I also liked the place I found. It took some time to find the land layout that I liked. And I was like, all right, I'm going to leave that trash pile as it is and just move over like 12 feet. Something called chunk load. Wherever you are is the land that's loaded, and wherever you're not is land that's not loaded. So I was just out far enough from the loaded land of my old spot, and built a new base. And for the rest of the duration of that map, nothing, no one ever came. I never thought anything of it until Warrior started bringing it up on this iteration, just old memories. He's like, remember that time? I'm like, I do. Did you? How come you never came in back? He's like, what do you mean? I did come back. And I was like, oh, I moved over like 12 feet. He goes, you did? Well, you built right next to your old base? Like, I built right next to it, yeah. I just built a new castle and just kind of ignored the trash pile. Never was a problem again. And I don't really remember the details, but several people on his team were just like, I can't even remember, because there's like a meme that they're referencing that I can't recall right now. The point of it was that they were just like, wow, you got duped by the best with the least amount of effort humanly possible.
Yeah. Well, they don't expect you to do exactly what you're not supposed to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Find a new spot. That's exactly what he thinks I'm going to do. Stay in the old spot.
Stay in the old spot and just assume they won't come back. I guess I didn't stay in the old spot. I moved over one chunk. So, I need to get some armor stands. No, those are armor stands. I need to get some armor to put on the armor stands. That way, it'll look like it does over here. Here.
Oh, that's what that is. It's armor.
Yeah, I'm wearing some armor too. So that's, some people would argue it's expensive, but I'm infinite rich, so it's not expensive. It's just a minor hassle that I'm just gonna ignore. So I'm gonna dump out my inventory of all the crap that I have. These are my storage towers. They're full of junk, and I'm not an organized person. This is the pile of building material that's not made of wood.
So you building armor.
Yeah, I'm gonna make armor. This is the pile of building material that is made of wood. And I'm making some room in my inventory. You know what? If you eat this fruit, it teleports you. Let me welcome this guy.
Why are you welcoming a guy?
Well, I like to welcome new players because it increases the chances that they'll feel welcomed and stay. And if they do that, that means the server's more popular.
It increases the chances they'll feel welcomed. If I don't welcome them, their chances of feeling welcome stay exactly the same.
Yes.
I just don't like those odds.
I'm doing my part. This fruit is called a chorus fruit. If you eat it, it'll teleport you randomly. Outside of this room is fall, so what does it do? Oh. Whoa, wow. That's really far down. Interesting. Well, it took me out of the tower. I was expecting it to TP me into the air and drop me. But, it just, we're on the ground now. We were in there. And then we were there. What rhymes with there is pit of despair. This is my pit of despair.
Mm.
It's a pit. Now, why am I here again? Oh yeah, armor. I'm here to get armor. And once I get the armor, I'm not going to use it. Ever. It's going to be decorative. It's going to put a load on the server. And if I'm real lucky, some admin will come and tell me to stop.
Why?
I'm being sarcastic. The,
Well, yeah, obviously that would be
Yeah.
like that.
there was
Possibility.
an upshot to that. Yeah, there's a thing called an entity count. I'd show you the entity count, but in order to do that, it's going to show my coordinates, which that's a no-no. So I'm not going to show the entity count. The entity count, that cat is an entity. That flower pot is an entity.
Right.
That block is not an entity. That's so things that take up space that are not blocks. My entity count in this base is just fine. Don't bother checking. The entity count on my last base was less than just fine, and it was pushing the server so hard. I don't know what they see on their end. The admins, I've never. They call it a control panel, I guess. I don't know what they see, but whatever they saw was the equivalent of flashing bright red lights saying someone
has everything over here.
yeah, someone is overdriving the server and they need to stop. And so when her name is Blackened, her gamer tag is Blackened Dawn, she comes to me. She TVs to my base and goes, "Finally, I figured it out. You're the thorn in my side." And I'm like, "Oh, what seems to be the trouble?" She's like, "You're making the server hot." And what I had done is, well, something like this. Made a giant factory. The difference here is these machines are fairly far apart. Like, there's some distance between them. But in the old server, I had them, like, adjacent and right next to each other, all running at once. And
So it was producing a lot of objects in the same area.
yeah, I was jacking up the entity count, which that's beyond me, but that's just technically bad for the server. And so she literally ordered me to stop, and it was like, that, you know what? I just beat Minecraft. The gods themselves had to come down and literally stop my production because it was overloading the thing supporting the world. That rules. I'm satisfied.
So was she able to like walk around your base and look and see what's going on?
Yeah, there are people called, there's several titles. I'll show you that in just a second. I'm a VIP. No, not ranks. Ranks. Oh, I have to ask it. Raskin? Ranks? Ranks. That guy's name is Crafty Miner. Admins have full god control. They can just TP wherever they want. They could totally cheat, but they shouldn't and they don't. The mods have a little less version of that power, and then everyone else is just some variation of player. And so whoa. Hold on, I gotta talk to this guy real quick. Point being, yeah, the admin come and was like, I found you. You need to stop. You need to turn off this machine. I literally had to tear all the machinery out and leave.
Trying to mine a little Mesa Badlands, huh?
Yep.
Ow.
Alright, so what I'm about to do is enchant this armor. The reason I'm going to enchant it is for literally no reason other than aesthetics. I want it to be purple. I like the purple effect. That's it. I do not have enough experience to make that happen. So what we're going to do is another quick sell. What I mean by that is I'm going to dump out my inventory. I'm immediately going to forget where I put all this stuff. Forget that I even have it. Never think about it again. Wonder why I'm short. Like, didn't I have a bunch of flower pots? I guess I don't. And then I'll find them in this barrel like a month from now. So in the meantime, I need to empty out my inventory so I can get some experience. These are called emeralds blocks. I have a lot of emerald blocks. Some people have more, and in some servers they have more. But this is still a lot. In fact, I'm gonna who's playing right now? Not many people. I should just say selling emerald blocks. Uh-oh. In the meantime, did that mess anything up? We still? Yeah, we're going. That's great.
Or are we live?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're live.
So what are they seeing right now? They're just seeing that?
Yeah, I think it's like 15 seconds behind. But yeah.
I think they're just seeing what I'm seeing right now, the screen? Or is there more?
Everyone on the internet is seeing from here to here. Yeah, that's what they're seeing. So anyway, you get experience points by doing several things. Killing bad guys, selling stuff to villagers is a key one. There's many ways to go about an XP farm. XP is experience points. And I've gone the route of emerald generation. So I'm going to need to determine a couple things. What time of day is it? Is it early? Oh, it's great. It's 6:11 in the morning. That's good.
What's that good?
That's good because villagers...
Where it gets the warmth?
Yes, well no, it's because villagers are a pain in the butt, and they used to buy stuff from you all throughout the day, and now they'll still buy from you whenever, but they'll stop buying from you, and they won't start buying from you again until the next day. So if you catch it early, you get the whole day, and I have a lot of product. Not right now. I got more than enough to get what I want. After 3 or 4 Minecraft days, not even, which is only 8 minutes, 16 minutes, 8 per day, 8 per night. So after 16 minutes, it's been a Minecraft day. So like in an hour, those boxes are full, and it takes me a little while to sell everything. So it's nice. It's actually nice that it's only half full.
Oh, this is your slave market?
Yes, this is my slave market.
So how does this slave market work?
So what's going on here is these. You'll see what happens in just a moment. Oops, I didn't do that.
Damn, you gotta do this a million times.
Yeah. So Red X. Okay, so he's done buying potatoes. I'm gonna go to the next villager that buys potatoes, and sell them some more. That gives the first one some time to recharge. It just takes, there's a timer.
Are they always here? Do they go home?
No, they have, the game allows for that mechanic. I do not allow for that mechanic. They are trapped in these boxes. They do not get to leave. They just stand there and exist at my leisure. They do not go anywhere. These guys that are walking around, they just exist as decoration. They're just there to give the village some life. They get to go to bed. But some of them are stupid. Like this one, this carpet here. It's the nature of the game. You can't leave the house. They can't leave the house because they're exactly 2 blocks high. And that space makes it a little less than 2 blocks high. I am a little less than 2 blocks high. He is exactly 2 blocks high. He cannot fit through that space. This one has a bed. I think it's, I don't remember why. I think he wants that bed. And he can't get in. And he's too fucking stupid to know that there's other beds. So he's just gonna stand there and hopefully get attacked and take care of that problem itself. Oh yeah, I'm selling potatoes. What I'm doing is getting emeralds. Emeralds have become kind of a nuisance. I have too many of them, and my economy is based on selling crops, not buying stuff with the emeralds. So it's like, what am I gonna do with all these emeralds? The answer is hopefully sell them to players, or I'll just have to figure something out. But in the meantime, it gets me a lot of experience points. A lot of experience points. They just naturally build up pretty slow, so to already be at 15, and now we're almost at 16. Some of them are trapped in the fence, so I'll go and get the extras. And then I'll go over here. Sell the rest of the haul. And again, the reason I'm doing this is just so I can turn some gray into purple. And we have 22 minutes left. I should be able to be done by then. I should have that done by then. If I get everything I want, I'm gonna have that armor put on those stands, colored purple, and then probably a minute and a half afterward, the server will shut down. And that'll be the end. So yeah, in the meantime, sure, here's some taters. I hope you choke. Just enjoy them. Yeah.
If you do choke, you're fucking trapped in there.
Yeah, do it on your own time.
Not while you're trapped in this fucking thing buying potatoes from us.
Sir, I'm dying. Excuse you.
No, you're buying potatoes is what you're doing.
Did I hear you say the word buying? Is that right? You're buying?
You're buying potatoes or you're buying potatoes?
Gosh darn right you are.
So, did you have to, did you create these people and then plant them behind this counter here, or did you have to, corral them in with the gate or something?
So what happens is villages are a thing that naturally...
You built this whole village yourself, or was this village already here?
I built this village myself in the middle of nowhere. Just I found a place that I liked and built a village. Also, villages will spawn naturally. They're very basic. It's just gray cubes with a brown roof, dirt floor, and these dudes, wherever they went, are in them. So you corral them by boats and mine carts, and because they resist, they have some semblance of a reflection of free will. Is kind of the point. The animals you can just treat like chattel, but the people you have to treat with some respect, sort of. So you put them in mine carts, move them around against their will out of their towns into my towns where they don't have
so you
any
kidnap
family.
them.
Exactly.
Put them on a slave ship.
Yeah.
And kidnap them to your town and set them free as townsfolk in your town, and they didn't go back home, or what?
Well, they may have wanted to, but at some point there's a distance where they're like, oh, I don't even know that I have a bed anymore, so I don't care. Beds are the things that this is a town.
Yeah, oh, here on we go to the rest of our life.
Yeah, so the bell and the presence of beds make Minecraft go, this counts as a town. And that makes the villagers go, I'm in a town. So, which means now the game registers it as a village, so I get all the benefits of it being a village. There's just mechanics that go along with that.
Like what? Like they'll go take.
There's a thing called an iron golem walking around. There he is. Eventually he's gonna die because zombies come out every night and try to kill these guys. I'm not too worried about that because this dude's pretty good at his job. He's eventually gonna die. Because this is registered as a village, I should be selling carrots. Because this is registered as a village, when he dies, a new one will take its place.
So there's just always a golem protecting the village?
Yeah, and if I didn't have beds flagging it as a village, these guys would just be completely defenseless, and they would just die, because zombies will come and kill them, and they'll just be trapped in their 1x1 cube of sadness, dying. What will they be doing when they're dying? They will not be buying.
Which is why they're here.
Yeah, they're here to be buying, not dying. So now that's almost all of my carrots. I have another like half batch. I'll dump. I'll make it so pumpkins become money, and that makes me have experience points. And then I'll have enough to probably make all the armor purple all in one shot. And that would just be peachy keen.
Peach is clean.
So, also, I have forgotten about this guy. There's a librarian. He buys paper. I have paper. Here's what I like about the game is how kind of transparent it is. For all intents and purposes, this is his house. Where do I keep the paper I'm going to sell him? In his house. I'm going to take the paper out of his box, go to him, and sell him the paper. You know, like real life. And now that he's... Okay, that's all the paper for now. He's gonna... Fill with his fucking
He's full of all this paper.
Yeah.
He says, you know what, I'm gonna go home and put this in a box.
And then sell it back. No, luckily that paper's for all intents and purposes gone forever. You know when people say all intensive purposes? I hate it.
Well, purposes are pretty intensive.
You know, in that case, it's okay.
And what if that's only what it's for?
To say that these purposes are certainly intensive.
Yeah, it's like why is there all this critical care medical equipment around your house? For all intents and purposes.
For all intents and purposes. Well, you've got me there.
I mean, they do a lot of different hospital systems called the critical care.
Intensive care unit.
Yeah, well, they call the person that's in charge of critical care the intensivist.
Really?
The on-call attending physician critical care the intensivist.
I like that word.
Just like regular internal medicine is going to be the hospitalist.
Are you making up words or is that true?
True.
Like the hospitalist?
Hospitalist is just regular internal medicine.
Oh, I've never heard of that. I also am not a hospital person. But still, yeah, the hospitalist. I like that.
If you're a hospital person, you're probably too big to fit through because you fucking huge.
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine being in an actual hospital? And then you have to go into your house? How do you even do that?
Yeah, dude, like, yeah.
Buy my paper.
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all.
I'm
You're
not
not.
a hospital person.
I'm just a regular person. So I keep forgetting I have a map maker. He buys paper too. I just kind of forgot he exists. What do you sell?
Maps,
Yeah.
blaze trails.
Oh, I'm out of paper. That's why. Okay, well, there it goes. Into the forgotten garbage. All these barrels are for decoration. They're just there for decoration. They also have the convenient property of carrying things. So when I'm done having stuff, I just dump it into the barrels and forget about it forever. I have some of them are empty because some of them are new. But like what if I don't know? I'll just make it whatever I need. I'll just go get more.
The good thing is that if they rediscover your town, they're not going to find all the stuff, but you're going to look at stupid things like chests.
Yeah, and they're gonna be like, none of this is important. It's all garbage. It's all literally trash. And be like, yep, I used the town upstairs above my factory as a literal garbage can. Oh, fuck.
What happened there?
That was a creeper, and he just happened to be in the house, and he blew me up, and I didn't die. And that's great. That's great. Look how dead I'm not. You're probably... I bet if I touched you, you'd die.
Touch him.
No, I'll die.
Ugh. Who cares? He's chattel.
Yeah, but he's chattel that buys my wool. I don't want to have to make a new one.
Sell the wool to him when he stops buying it. Touch him.
Then touch him. But, oh yeah, going back to that, you have to bring them over. But then you can breed them. You have to breed them by having beds and meeting the criteria of the village. There you go. And so that'll make them breed. You throw animals, you just right-click with the food, and they'll just take it. Now they have hearts, and then 2 animals literally do this. And then a 3rd one appears. The villagers, you have to throw bread at them, let them pick it up by themselves, and then they take the time out of their day to voluntarily do this. And then a 3rd one appears.
I like how bread's the aphrodisiac. Like one of them picks up bread, bends over, and you see a little pixelated thong. And it's like, oh, Minecraft. And the 3rd one appears.
And what's,
They gotta pick up the bread first.
yeah, and then that gets them in the mood.
Yeah, it gets a bun in their oven.
One of the weirder things about it, oh, I have 25 experience points, and the day is almost done, is, oh, I can still sell watermelons. They're genderless.
So they reproduce asexually?
It just takes 2 of them to reproduce asexually. Because, like, they'd have to be genderless. How else?
It's pretty progressive in Minecraft.
Yeah. I like to think it's just a consequence of the game being super low res.
That isn't a very Sega Genesis.
Yeah, and the logic, it's like, how do you make glass? Well, as far as Minecraft is concerned, you just go out and get some sand from outside, put it in your oven, and then come back in a minute, and now it's glass.
Make it a million for 20 seconds.
Yeah. Takes about, 20 seconds. Maybe, I haven't counted, but certainly less than a minute. And then done. Now you have a nice, freshly polished, flat, perfect cube of glass. Now imagine going to Northeast, pulling some sand out of the volleyball court, putting it in your oven, turning your oven on, and coming back in 20 minutes.
Glass.
Yeah. Perfect glass. Okay, so now that I have the things that I have, I'm going to enchant my armor. I keep forgetting for what I'm doing for undisclosed reasons. Now, I'm going to cram all those in. I'll just deal with that way. Nah, you know what? I'll make them into blocks now so I don't have to deal with it. Then I'll need my ender chest, and I'm going to be like, why is it full of garbage? And I'm going to say, because I decided this would be a problem for Future Mike. And Future Mike will surely get the joke and laugh.
Sorry for
Yeah. What an idiot. Done. More money. Ugh, look at all this money I have. What a problem. What am I supposed to do with all this money?
decorating.
I'm kind of thinking about building a giant... I might have blue. Oh, here's some more blue. Building a giant monument made out of my money. Well, I have literally like way more than I know what to do with. Villagers have a limit. There's an internal economy you kind of have to adhere to, and it's like I'm grossly rich compared to that. What am I going to do? Like buy 1,000,000 pickaxes?
Well, if you buy things, then you don't have the money, right? So if there's a finite amount of money, then wouldn't it be kind of funny if you just accumulated most of the wealth and then nobody else can get ahead in your server?
Yeah, and then I build a monument out of that money to my wealth.
Exactly. And nobody knows what happens until one day a moderator comes through, or an admin, teleports to your thing to tell you something else, and sees this giant monument made of money.
It's going, this is why nobody can sell anything.
Like, what is this? Like, it's tower money. It's for me. Now, unfortunately for that, money is an infinite source in this game, and it's just something that satisfies villagers. But
Damn it. That'd be so awesome.
well, there's also diamonds. Now, this isn't something I would be able to do, and plus it's absurd thinking about it, but they're technically, the world is a finite amount of size, and diamonds only come from one place, underground. So there are a finite amount of diamonds, but there's still like way more than I know what to do with. So there we go. The armor has been enchanted. We are now going to go back. And also, I'm really bad with my money on this game. The villager money is one thing, but the diamonds I'm really bad with because I don't have very many and I spend it wildly. So I'll just be like, oh, I want something that I can't just get like that. I guess I'll just buy it from a player. And it'll be like that'll cost 5 diamond blocks. Like I have 6, thus I have enough. Awesome. That's not saving for the future. And then immediately afterward, I'm like, oh, you know what else I need? Well, whatever it is, I can't afford it.
Just spent your 401k.
Yep, time to make a new one. And I would really, oh, what am I doing? I would really like players to buy my emeralds with their diamonds, but so far that's not happening. Which means I have a bunch of Amway products in my garage that I can't sell. Speaking of Amway, that happened to some friends of mine. Back on the ship, they would do that.
Oh, that's happening to everybody, dude. They've got a million different versions of it.
Oh, I know it's still going on. I'm just thinking about the times.
Anyway, what else have they got?
Quick Start, which I think is the same thing.
They've got Mary Kay.
I don't know what that one is.
They've got...
Oh, is that what Marcy does?
No, she
No.
does Pure Romance, which is a sex toy version of the same thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, multi-level marketing.
I didn't know Mary Kay was. I just thought it was one of many makeup brands that I know nothing about.
Nope, it's one where like you want to have a party and like sell it to your friends, and you could be a consultant, and then you get products for free, and then you get money if anybody becomes a consultant underneath you, and then they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, until eventually you've got this triangular hierarchy in which you are the top of, making all the money because the money goes up the line.
Not a pyramid scheme.
No,
No, that's different.
it's a triangle scheme.
Triangle scheme. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. Jeez, what do you think? It's a triangle
It's
scheme.
2-dimensional.
It's a very two-dimensional racket we have going on here.
Yeah, so, but they got that, and they got a true, what was it, Blue Life Vantage?
I've encountered that term. I don't know. That was like an insurance
Body
thing.
by Salas. They were like, hey, I'm just going to do this challenge. And then everybody starts posting on their Facebook about how, like, hey, man, I'm going to be a pampered chef consultant. Or, hey, man, I'm doing this by Salas 30-day challenge. If anybody wants to lose 20 pounds in 30 days, hit me up. Or my favorite one right now is called It Works. And that's how you know it doesn't. Because if it works, you could name it fucking Carl. And people will buy it. Because wrapping yourself in something to make yourself lose weight doesn't make sense at all. So they go, well, you just need to rub this cloth on your tummy because your tummy is fat. And then the fat will just magically get washed away. Then saved for God. But actually, what happens is you just wipe your belly with something.
Behold.
But it's called It Works. And I'm
Does it really?
I'm like, that wasn't a dead giveaway. They had to call it It Works. Probably because when you explain what you do, people go, what? And you have to go, it works, trust me.
It works.
It works. That's why they call it It Works, because
it does.
it doesn't sound like it would. If this sounds absolutely stupid, that's because it is.
You just don't understand. Like, you need to have more of an open mind.
And actually what you should do is try selling it, because if you sell it, then you don't have to pay for it, because you get discounts as a distributor.
Doesn't that sound like it makes
And if
sense?
you can get 2 people to distribute underneath you, then you'll get an extra bonus every month. And if you get 5 people to distribute underneath you, then you get a car.
But remember, it's a triangle scheme. Not a pyramid scheme.
No, it works.
It works. It says
works.
it right there on the label.
It works. It works.
Like what's not being made clear? It clearly works. You can tell.
If it wasn't, how would we call it that?
Yeah, we otherwise would have called it doesn't work.
Yeah.
And like
And then we wouldn't even be selling it.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't work.
because it wouldn't work. But it does work. You can tell because it works.
You can tell because of what we freaking named it.
Obviously. It's
You know why they call a pillow a pillow?
Because
What is it? It's a pillow. That's why they call it a pillow. You know why we call this It Works? It works.
It works.
You know why you call your bed a bed?
Because it's
You're
bad.
sleeping that goddamn son of a bitch. We call this shit It Works because why? It frickin' works.
Why do we call it a bed? Why are words what they are instead of something else equally arbitrary?
They kind of are, actually.
Arbitrary?
They are something else.
Go
Yeah.
on.
I mean, like, they are what they are, but they're also something else, too. I don't think your question was the real question. Why are words what they are and not something else?
Yeah.
They are something else.
Why not the flarp? Why not the stoop?
They are. They were stube at one point.
And now they are bed, and then they'll be darps.
Yeah.
Hold on a minute. I lost track of what I'm doing. I need to obtain glowstone and a chain. Why do I need to obtain those things? Here's chain. Am I really out of glowstone? There's 3. Oh, I guess so. Well, alright, there went that idea. Never mind. I was going to, put one of those right here. But, we'll just do that later, I guess. So we have about 3 minutes left. The stream will be over here in just a moment once the server shuts down. So I think my next plan is make me have glowstone, but I'm not going to get that in 2 minutes. I have to go to the nether, which is a hell. I have to go to hell and then deal with being in hell for a while. Or check my other base first to see if I have any spares. I might have just put it somewhere. Possibly in a barrel where I forgot about everything. It could be in there, actually. It probably is. That's probably where the glowstone is. I don't know. We'll see.
I've got faith.
Could be. Is it this one? Whoa! Hey, I have 55 of them. See? What did I tell you? And some food and some torches. That's great. I had a bunch of shit. That solved that problem. You wouldn't believe the times I'm like, why did I put money in here? Why would I do that? But now I just kind of accept it as fact. It's just like, oh, I'm just irresponsible with my shit. That's just how it is. So that's great. Now I can put this up. I really hope I got that centered right. It's going to be off by 1 and it's going to annoy me. So let's see if I have time. We have 1 minute. Can I get to the other end of this and verify that it is indeed centered? The answer to that question is yes. This is true center. Whoa, it is.
Yeah.
Nailed it. So there you go. I think that gives us some depth. I might do something. I might do that here too. Doesn't need to be 4. 1 is perfect. I think it makes it distinct. You know what I mean? 4, that's for basic walls. This wall is unique. It's not even a wall. Really, it serves no function because you can just walk right over it.
It's just a thing.
Yeah. I've been calling it a castle. That's just a word. And alright, we're done. Thanks guys for watching. I really appreciate that. And we'll see you, when?
Yeah.
Yeah. There will be a time.
On D-Day at H hour.
Yeah, that'll be the one. D-Day at H hour. So, thanks for watching guys. I really appreciate that.
Smash that like button and hit subscribe.